He is currently in the midst of a multi-day pretrial suppression hearings in New York State Court. So focused primarily on whether key evidence from Mangione's arrest, such as items found in his backpack, should be admissible at trial. Now, Mangione has pled not guilty to his state charges, including the first-degree murder and federal charges, including stalking, resulting in the death. So the hearings coincided with the one-year anniversary of the unaliving, which amplified the public and political interest in issues like healthcare cost and corporate accountability. 1st through the 2nd, 2025, was the initial pretrial hearing and evidence challenges. So this suppression hearing, it kicked off on Monday, December 1st at 9 a.m. And this was in part of a 100th Street marking, which was the first major court appearance since Mangione's initial arraignment. So the session lasted several hours. Prosecutors playing pivotal 911 calls that allegedly led to Mangione's arrest in Altoona, Pennsylvania. December 9th, the call from McDonald's employee described a suspicious individual matching Mangione's description, and this is in 2024. And they prompted a rapid police response. Now, this is something very important to remember. Mangione's defense team is led by attorney Karen Agnifilo, who argued that evidence from the backpack search violated Mangione's Fourth Amendment rights, as officers allegedly conducted a warrantless search without probable cause. They also raised Miranda rights concerns, claiming that Mangione was actually interrogated before being properly advised. And I will say that it was roughly, they had interrogated or were there roughly 20 minutes before they actually read his Miranda rights. So prosecutors countered by presenting the 911 audio, which emphasizes the urgency of the situation post-unaliving. So they introduced preliminary photos of backpack. You all will see them on here. Contents including a 3D printed silencer, a loaded 9mm gun. Witnesses included Altoona police officer David Wesser, who testified about the initial encounter. So Mangione reportedly said, "I don't want to talk," moments after being handcuffed. Now, I want to say this before we continue here. The reason why it's important to have a good attorney is because they actually put effort into their work. Okay, so despite your innocence, they're not going to dig to prove it, right? So he has the top-notch attorneys, which are amazing. I love Karen Agnifilo. Officers proceeded with a pat-down despite that. So notably, Mangione appeared composed in court. He was wearing a gray sweatshirt and khakis. Hearing adjourned around 3 p.m., and there were no immediate rulings. On December 2nd, the hearing briefly reconvened with procedural matters, including scheduling and motions to seal certain records. No major testimonies occurred. The defense filed additional briefs challenging the chain of custody. I'll try to attach those. And that was briefs for custody for ballistic evidence linking the shell casings from the crime scene to Mangione's gun. So the session ended early, postponing substantiated arguments to later in the week.